So I'm a single child, and I was born in the pre-TV, pre-computer era, at a time when being a single child was more the exception than the norm. I grew up in a verdant 70-acre campus, and where it was a really dynamic learning environment, and where apart from my lovely friends with whom I created a bunch of happy childhood memories, I was also very fortunate to have two very close friends, and they have been my constant companions and have grown up with me. And they are reading and contemplation. And they have, been my trusted advisors over the years and have served me so well. And woven with my life experiences, they have created a rich tapestry of learning, which continues to grow. And today I'm going to share an important part of that learning with you. You see, if it's only learning applicable to my life situations, then it's really not useful to you. And it may be a waste of your time to listen to me. But as a student of some very learned teachers of the Chinmay mission, I have learned as a Gita student that any learning worth sharing has to be something which is applicable to everyone at all times. So what I'm sharing today with you, I have experientially learned, and it's applicable to everyone at all times. So is there a spark within us? Yes. Can we connect to it? Yes. Can we benefit from the connection? Yes. Connecting with my spark has provided me the greatest, sometimes the only available strength, and it has never let me down. I'm an ordinary person, but the spark within me, which is the same as the spark within you, is extraordinary. It is a great source of strength. It is a source of unlimited joy and hope and unconditional love and tremendous personal strength. It's always with you, no matter what the outside conditions are, in spite of all kinds of restrictions and lockdowns. It never lets you down. So I'm going to share today 5 ways in which you can connect to the spark within you. The human mind is amazing, but left to itself, it either races to the future to be quite ridden with anxiety about it and to lament at its uncertainty and make you feel quite hopeless and anxious about it, or it races to the past and suggests to you what you should have done, should not have done, the opportunities you missed, and the wrong decisions you took. So left to itself, the mind likes to keep busy with anxieties of the future or regrets of the past. And in so doing, it cunningly casts a cloak over the most important thing in life. In fact, the only thing that really exists and makes it invisible to you, and that is the present moment. Because really, the present moment is the only thing that exists. See, feelings and thoughts, no matter how intense and dramatic, are going to change. Nothing lasts forever. So if we were to live in this moment completely, be fully aware of this moment in the now, that would be good. That's what we should aspire to do. Because right now I can breathe, I can smile, I'm alive. So the first way to connect with your spark is to live in the present moment, to live in the now. The second way to connect with your spark is to love. Love unconditionally. The most important person in your life. The one who's always with you. From your first breath to the last breath you take. You yourself. You are the most important person in your life. And you have to be aware of that. But ever since we are children, we are told how to behave with others. Don't be rude, to respect your elders. Don't be rude to them. Be kind to everyone. Take care of everyone. Don't be harsh. Don't be unkind. Don't lie. But nobody tells us how to be with our own selves. So what happens? Nobody told me not to lie to myself, not to disrespect myself, not to be unkind to myself, not to, not take care of myself. So what happens? We are the harshest with our own self. We are unkindest with our own self. We even lie to ourselves smoothly by not looking within, not acknowledging our true feelings, even to ourselves, sometimes even categorizing them into positive and negative feelings, and then trying to suppress the so-called negative feelings. Why? Because no one taught us not to. Because rarely will anybody ask you how you're feeling unless you're sick. So love yourself, listen to yourself, and make that connection with yourself. Because once you understand, first you acknowledge your feelings and you understand why you're feeling, what you're feeling, and why you're feeling it, you will be able to handle your feelings. You will be able to handle your responses to the world around you. Some of you might have seen this inflatable doll. I remember when I was a child, that used to be a popular toy, this big inflatable doll in the shape of a clown. And on the nose, it said, punch me. And every time you punch the doll, it would fall down and come back right up, fall down and come back right up. And that's what we need to be like. Why did the doll do that? Because there was something within the doll which made it bounce back right away, bounce back right away. So we need to build ourselves from within to be strong enough to take on any kind of knocks that life throws at us. So love yourself, listen to yourself, connect with yourself. That is the second way of connecting with your spark. Now, what happens? You have been trying to think positively. You have been connecting with yourself. You are trying to live in the present moment. Yet sometimes you feel completely depleted of energy and you feel low. And you find that you cannot really connect to the spark within you. It's hard to find. That happens with all of us. That's what being human is all about. So then what you do? Engage with nature. A simple thing to do that. Take a walk in the park, look up at the trees, listen to the birds. Or if you can't go out, step out in the balcony or just look outside the window. See the world go by, see the trees, the grass, watch the squirrels, look up at the sky. Because when we connect with the rhythm of nature, we are connecting with our own intrinsic self. So that's a very simple way to connect with the spark within you. You might think that, connecting with nature sounds a little too simplistic. What's a big deal? Till you hold it up against the latest report of the World Economic Forum. In the list of the 10 top global risks by severity over the next 10 years, the top 3 are climate action failure, extreme weather, and biodiversity loss. Clearly, we've not been connected with nature as we should be connecting. It's more than obvious now. So the third way to connect with your spark is to connect with nature. We live in a world which often not just seems unpredictable, but also seems uncaring because of all kinds of ugliness that keeps sprouting all around us. Ugliness of intentions, of words, of actions. It pollutes our senses and thoughts and agitates our minds, and how to escape from it, what to do about it. It overwhelms us, actually. But there is a way you can protect yourself from the ever-increasing ugliness in the world. And that is to keep an eye on your AQ and JQ. These 2 attributes are really important, but have been sidelined and completely ignored lately. JQ is joy quotient. Everybody is looking for joy, but not everybody seems to be finding true joy. And why do you think that is? Actually, maybe they're not searching in the right place. This reminds me of the story of the man who was searching for a lost key under a lamppost, even though the key had fallen a little distance away. Why? Because he thought he had a greater chance of finding the key in the light. Obviously, he was searching in the wrong spot. So search for your key, in your case, the key to your joy, in the right spot. And once you find it, hold on to it. Don't let go of it. Don't let anybody take it from you. Be responsible for your own joy. Coming to AQ. Now, that is something I coined this acronym because this is something that is quite disturbing to me. And joy is something everybody is seeking, of course, but AQ is something people have not even noticed is falling out like the sand from an hourglass and is in danger of completely getting depleted and from our day-to-day life. But before I tell you what AQ is, let me invite you to think of the Taj Mahal. Some of you would have seen it. I had visited it a few times as a child, but the second time I went there as an adult was with some foreign visitors. And I was like, I've seen the Taj Mahal. Yet, when I walked into that gateway and I looked up at it, my jaw dropped. And I realized every time I see something of such immense beauty, I'm going to have the same reaction. I mean, it was built nearly 400 years ago, and it still continues to inspire people in different ways. Think of the Kailash temple at Ellora. It is a single, it is the largest piece of art built out of a single stone, built top downward under several rulers. I mean, the mind boggles when you think of the scope of thinking people who built these magnificent monuments had. Its awe-inspiring beauty has continued to give joy and inspiration to so many, centuries after the people who built them are no more. Our conception of beauty today has become very limited and standardized, and is often just about a set idea of the human form, attire, or abode. But there was a time, not too long ago, when beauty was cultivated and enjoyed in every sphere of life. Beauty of intentions, of words, how the words were spoken, of thoughts, of actions. AQ is aesthetics quotient. So keep your AQ high. Surround yourself with beauty, good literature, good music, art, for it uplifts you and connects you with your spark. Remember, a very important aspect of your innermost self is beauty. So don't let it get overshadowed by all the ugliness of the world. I sometimes message my friends to say, happy today. And they immediately write back to say, what's today? We are so caught up with dates and mundane, cliched ways of celebrating those dates that we've forgotten the value of each day, every single day. So sometimes I message to say, you've been sent a gift. And they would say, what? Their minds immediately racing to anticipating some Amazon parcel. See how limited we have made ourselves. The human spirit can soar over and above everything, and we have trapped it in Amazon parcels. So I would reply, the gift of another day, because not everyone is so lucky. How many people have lost their lives while we slept last night? How many did not wake up to this new day? We are constantly thinking of what went well for us or what didn't go well for us. But apart from these two, there is another, a third, very important category of events. Those that could have happened and didn't happen. I could have met with an accident when I went out driving today, but I came home safely. I could have twisted my ankle when I nearly tripped and fell, but I didn't. I could have lost a limb I could have been laid up, lost a limb, lost my voice, lost my life. But here I am, sitting comfortably and talking to you. I have food in my belly. I have a roof over my head. I can go out into the sunshine. I can look up at the moon. Isn't that something? Something to be grateful about. And that is the fifth thing. Gratitude, to be grateful about something. So if you start from like how I started, with food in your belly, roof over your head, you can look at the moon, you can go out in the sunshine, you will find plenty to be grateful for every single day. As I was telling you, as I grow older, I'm able to be truly grateful for so many, many more things which happened decades ago and which at that time I never thought of as particularly special. So feeling gratitude is the fifth way to connect with your spark. Because when you feel gratitude, when gratitude arises in your heart and opens your mind to look at the world around you differently, you connect to your spark. And then what happens? Then you radiate all the love and the gratitude and the joy you feel within you. And people around you notice it. And it helps them to connect to their spark. So I have shared 5 ways with you today of connecting with your spark. Even if you were to adapt and start with 1 or 2, you'll attract the others. And as you progress, you will be rewarded with insights about your own true nature. And you'll be able to handle situations in the world outside far more effectively. So go connect with your spark. Thank you for listening to me.